I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
What is up? What is up? Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mike with the mic.
What's going on? What's going on?
Not the Wii U. It's dead.
It died a long time.
But guess what? Did you know that in some places, the Wii U is worth $700? Oh boy.
Where?
Online, because they are no longer in production, and so now the collectors are starting to catch up.
Yeah.
And this is a big thing I've just noticed recently. The Wii U talk came up on Giant Bomb this week.
Yeah.
But I was telling a friend earlier I had not played and I showed it to you. I sent you the picture of it, of Metal Slug Double X.
Yeah.
Which was a Metal Slug is a popular shoot 'em up series made by SNK, right? And there was a version on the Nintendo DS that came out. I don't know how long ago that was. Maybe 2005.
Yeah, I remember that. I had it.
And to my knowledge, it was stuck on that system. Didn't know there was a PSP version. See, I didn't to tell you that earlier. So I, just like magic, I happened to see that it's on the PSN store this week because there's a massive sale for a lot of just games, and it's in the under $8 section.
Yeah, so for like $6, man.
Yep. So I got it. I picked it up. I was like, I can't not buy it because I was just looking for it.
That's sweet.
And so it's on PS4, meaning it's multi-platform. So then when I Google it up to show you the picture, I see the listing for the game price. The PSP version goes for $90-something on Walmart, and they only have one copy left. And this is officially from Walmart. So it's like, no, it's not a person, it's not some guy sitting in his, in his treasure trove with all those games like you see when you look out on YouTube, trying to sell it for the highest price possible. That's just what it costs. And I'm like,
you'd be surprised because Target does the same thing. They sell other people's products.
And just like, there's no more.
Yeah. Because
they don't produce any of those games anymore.
Damn.
PSP games, Wii U, and soon, I guess the Wii U games in general, all those games are going to shoot up in price now.
So Wii U, I still have my Wii U, and it's in quite good condition, and I still have Smash. I have all the Zeldas. I have the Marios. I have the Yoshis.
See, I didn't buy Zelda because I thought I was going to buy the Switch sooner.
Yeah.
So I figured I would have had it at this point, but I still didn't get around to buying one.
Yeah.
But I should have bought Breath of the Wild for the Wii U and just never opened it.
Yeah.
I really should have.
Breath of the Wild came out on Wii U?
Physically, yeah.
It did?
The funny thing about that game, it performed better on the Wii U because it was made for the Wii U. And it was like, oh yeah, we got to patch the Switch version up. So there's a weird history with that game in particular. But I should have bought the physical edition of that game because it's on the digital. But apparently digital does not affect the collector's market. Like some people thought it would. They'd be like, oh yeah, your game's not worth anything because you can buy it on the store. And it's like, no, but there is still a market for physical games. Yeah. And it's proven that, like, wow, some stuff.
Like, collecting games now is more popular than ever.
No, but I mean for the systems that have a digital storefront, you would think, oh, the game's not rare anymore. Yeah. But because you would go, okay, well that would make anything PS2 era, Xbox original era, and back super popular. Because they don't always end up on the store. Yeah. So you would think those games are never going to be found. So those price naturally is going to jump up like it usually should. But to see games that came out PSP, Wii U, PS3 era, 360 era to be like expensive. That's like, all right, okay.
That was
I
like
appreciate that.
remember Marvel's Capcom for a while. Marvel's Capcom 2.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous. But
Yeah.
and
But
then
that was but
so
then,
versions
but
because the
then
versions of the game that came out
Yeah.
on the digital versions is not the same game.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So to get the authentic, era appropriate version, because the Dreamcast version is basically the arcade version.
Yeah.
That Xbox 360 slash PS3, I think it might even be on the Wii. I'm not 100% sure.
Was on the
It wasn't that special. Okay, that wasn't.
No, it was on
okay.
Capcom versus Tenshinoko.
That one with that weird box. No, okay. So that era is like it has completely different stuff in it. It's got an online mode. It's got artwork made for it. So even from a version standpoint, which when it comes to collecting, versions are important.
Yeah.
There's not even the same game. So yeah, that's another thing. Like all the versions of Marvel 3 that came out, like what I'm saying, like you try to collect Marvel. If you try to collect Marvel 3 original, it's actually different.
Yeah.
From the versions you can get on the digital storefront. Because I don't even know if you can buy Marvel 3 original anymore.
You probably can. You have to look. You won't buy it. You won't find it. You knew.
But you will see Marvel Ultimate all up and down.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing.
It's like Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, try to buy original Street Fighter 4. Good luck.
I still have my original copy. Because I love the song.
Yeah, because what's funny? The original one is the only one that has it.
And I was really mad they never used the song again. I was like, I like the song.
They took it out of all the.
Oh, and that's what pissed me off. I'm like, why is the song's not here? I'm just gonna keep adding this song to everything. Just gonna play to this song. That's
man. Yeah, man. Like it's very this is a roundabout way to say it. It's very weird to see that happening too.
No, you'd be surprised now. It's also like those limited run games and shit too. Those goes for a lot of money too, and those are first made for digital, and then they make physical copies. So like Toe Jam and Earl, the Untitled Goose game, they're all gonna get physical copies, and those are short limit runs. So basically, they'll make maybe like 2,000 copies, and that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
And those go for like after that they go for like. The regular price would be $40, and it'll go for like $90.
Gotcha.
Shovel Knight came out on physical through that limited run games, and that shit goes right now for $120.
So, but I see also, just good luck finding a brand new Wii U. I'm looking through the product listings just with the the Google shopping that shows you from everywhere. Yeah, there's like no brand new sales. For like a reasonable price, no.
Oh man, I'm surprised. Still have
They're
mine.
all used. They're all used or refurbished.
Yeah. And you know something shady that it's a bad thing that GameStop does, but GameStop does this all the time. Is the fact that if they have anything brand new, they'll mark it as a defective.
Wow.
And then they'll open all those boxes, send them to the refurbished company, have them reboxed up, and sell them as refurbished.
Really?
So one, they get credit for the video game consoles, but two, then they get all the profits for the video game console.
Wow, that's shady as hell, man.
They did that with games too.
See, I actually knew about that, and it's messed up because one of the dudes at GameStop was trying to hook me up. So this was a while ago. This was in the PS2 era.
Yeah.
Remember when they had that sale? Well, no. Remember when they had the disc protection program where you would just pay like $10 or $5? I forgot what it was. It was an insignificant amount.
$3. $3.
Yeah. See, and then you just go back to the store and say, "Hey, my disc doesn't work," and you get a brand new one.
Yeah.
And so I remember for a while, I was just like, "Yeah, just take this and do that. Why you not bring the games back? Why you not?" Like every week, you just remind me, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." I just never did it because I kept forgetting. Yeah. But yeah, dude, shady practices all around at GameStop.
Yeah, now they're going. I've been looking at this dude's what's his name? Camelot. shit like that. All his
Is that the guy you've been sending me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going like they're going down. Like I'll say by the summer next year, you probably see a lot less GameStops.
That makes a lot of sense. If you listen to this, the stories about how they're not doing good. Period.
And how they treat their employees.
Oh, really? See, none of that stuff is coming up. So what's been happening with the employees?
You should listen to his podcast. Like they've been. GameStop has a lot of history, especially with the HR and all that bullshit. They have dudes that will hire women just because they're looks, and then they'll advance on them, stuff like that. She will complain that she's sexual harassment, and they won't bat an eye into it.
Really?
As long as the store is making money, they don't care.
Wow.
I know I had issues in my store one time, and I pretty much fired the dude on the spot. But then he went behind and went to DM and stuff like that, saying I did it wrong, and I told him like, "Yo, you keep him on here, I'm pretty much going to quit."
Yeah.
So they kept him out and shit like that. But it's a lot of shady shit. Like I got to a point I just didn't care, and I remember the way I quit was the dude called me maybe a day before. He was like, "Oh, tomorrow you have a 24-hour inventory. You must be there." I'm like, "What? No, I don't." He was like, "No, I'm not gonna be there. I already did my 40 hours." "Oh no, you have to be there. It's mandatory." All right, I don't mandatory. Leave my keys there, and good luck for you.
Wow.
I left my keys in the store and told him go fuck yourself. I was like, you can't make me do shit. You can't make no one do shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I hit my 40 and that's it. And I was salary. Like at the time it was salary, but now they fuck over the managers and made it hourly, and now they get paid a lot less than what they were getting paid.
Gotcha. Okay.
GameStop has a lot of issues with GameStop. I could go on and on with it, but yo, by the summer next year, you'll probably see 1 or 2 GameStops open in every state or something like that. Like it's getting to that point that not even Blockbuster had these bad selling points.
That's true. That's true.
Blockbuster was just stupid.
Yes, what you find out was that they at some point they almost ended up like Toys R Us, because Toys R Us didn't they have to answer to some firm, and the firm gave them inaccurate information because then they found out they weren't really going bankrupt. Yeah. But Blockbuster had a chance with Netflix and they passed on it. I
know all this because I was working with Blockbuster during this time.
Okay. So did you get to see what happened with Netflix?
So what happened with Netflix is that this was the beginning of the streaming time at Netflix, and the beginning of the rough patches of Netflix offered Blockbuster for them to make their streaming service, and they would be partners.
Wow.
Blockbuster, thinking they were bigger than everything, said no, we could do our own thing. The thing with Blockbuster, they had their mailing. They did the same thing with Netflix, with mailing DVDs and shit like that. But one thing with Blockbuster that they had different that was actually really cool was the fact that when you had the mail-in, you could bring it back to a store and rent another movie.
Wow.
That was the cool thing about that. And you could do that with the games as well.
Man, could you imagine if they had partnered with them? Damn.
So, honestly, I think it was just them thinking they're too big for their own bridges, and that's what fucking shot them in the foot.
That sounds
also the way they treated their employees. They treated employees like shit.
They were bad as well?
Yes.
See, I didn't know that.
Most big companies are bad with their employees. You know one company that's actually doing really well with their employees?
Who's that?
Target.
Okay.
And even them, they have issues, but they are better than like Walmart. Walmart has some scary ass fucking stories. Amazon, you can't even report a fucking injury.
Man, there's a bunch of protests going on with Amazon. Specifically, there were big profile ones that went on Black Friday.
Yeah.
And they were like alleging that they have like human rights violations. It's like, damn, that sounds like some shit you hear of in China.
Yeah. So again, that dude Camelot 321, whatever the thing is. I'll send the link so you guys should check out his videos. He has very good information, and actually a lot of the shit comes from people that actually work in the fucking place.
Yeah.
So he tells a good story and shit like that. He worked in GameStop for many years as well, so he knows all the bin packs and kind of like how I do. But he talks about like someone getting injured, and they told him he couldn't report it and that they would take care of him.
And this was at Amazon?
That was on like Amazon, like their factories and shit.
Wow. Ugh.
Like, oh, because we can't pass this quarter if we don't. Like, it was like, fuck that. If I get
Wow.
hurt in a job, everyone will fucking know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, owie.
But you would let's see the whole thing is with a company that's so big and so profitable, how the hell do you even think you can get away with that? Like,
because they think they think they're bigger than what they are.
Yeah.
And you gotta realize one giant fucking lawsuit with the right proof, it will take you right back.
Yeah. Somebody get Bezos on the phone.
Yeah.
Tell them they fucking up.
No, so the dude's name's Camelot331. Definitely check his YouTube channel out. He actually has a new video called GameStop Begins Mass Firings.
Okay.
So it's gonna be crazy, like what they're gonna do with that.
See, I think that exact sentiment was stated like maybe 2 months ago. I heard about it. I guess maybe. See, I don't know when he says the time frame is, so I have to watch the video. But like, I started hearing about them starting a mass fire a few months ago.
So they started with around I think fall. They started a phase 3. So phase 3 just started, and right now that they were gonna start shutting down about 200 stores and try to change the thing up. What they did stupidly was they bet the power up card.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get no longer get 10% off on the used games.
Really?
You get a $5 like coupon that you get to use in a month.
What?
Yeah.
That's it?
That was the only reason why that you will have a power up card to get cheaper used games.
Yeah.
I stopped my power up card maybe about 2 years ago because that's when it expired.
Okay.
And I never went back to it because I do not buy used games. So I stopped because I know for a fact that's where GameStop gets their profit, and I refuse to give them the profit. So I buy brand new. I know they get maybe $1 or $2 off that game instead of fucking the whole
thing.
$40.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where they get their shit.
Yeah, especially when you combine that with the shitty practice you told earlier, where they just call the game used and it's not used.
Yeah, and then, oh god, I hate. So this is something I did, and I didn't give a fuck what the manager said. So if a game we used as a display case, we got it out and put it out, I'll give them I'll give people the discount.
See, they tried to get. Oh my god, I have a friend. He hated that with a passion. He would not accept a game like that. So pissed because they wouldn't do what you said. They wouldn't give him any type of. They charge him full price.
So I'll tell him straight out, and this is why my customers love coming to me, and why I dealt with it, and I didn't care if they had backlash. I was like, my customer came back and stood at $100 the next day.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really do anything to me because my customer came back and spent $200 the next day, did this, did that, and they keep coming back.
Keep coming back. Yeah, that's the whole point.
When we have to get games, I won't be able to give you the full 10% off.
Mm-hmm.
What I will do is, I'll give you my employee discount. So basically, I'll have someone just ring them up, and I'll give them the discount.
Gotcha.
It's usually about like close to 10%, but it's not like it's pretty much 6 off of tax and shit.
Okay.
But it was like, I'm not gonna charge you full price because I know it's fucking gutted because I hate that shit myself.
Yeah.
So I hated that. I hated it. I'm like, why? Why can't you just print out the fucking cover and just put it out there? Why do you have to have the cane case out there?
Yeah, you're right.
So it came to a point that I just printed out the fucking covers.
Oh, really? Okay.
I printed out the covers. They hated that, but I was like, I'd rather have the games all new back here.
Okay. That makes sense.
Like, no one needs to see the full cover.
That makes sense. That makes
sense. You have it on loop on the fucking TV.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes into that. It's a lot of bullshit in that sense. I can see, I understand why GameStop is going down, and like the Think Geek thing helps them a little bit, but not as much as they need.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as much bad publicity as they constantly get, you could tell people just avoid them anyway.
Yeah.
A lot more people just don't go to GameStop as their game place of choice because they either go to some place like Best Buy or even if they're not buying digital, they'll still rather go to a local game store.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like honestly, support the mom and pop shops.
Yeah.
Go to J&L. Go to Video Games New York. Go to Game Champs. Go to if you guys know more of local Game On in Long Island, which Tommy always represents in our Morphin cast.
Okay.
They're a retro game store, but they sell some new games. Support the mom and pop shops. Buy games in there. You know, at least you're helping their profits and actually keeping that store alive.
Yes.
Going to GameStop.
Try to get you.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
And then they had to give you the list of things they had to just try to sell you. You want to pre-order? You want to do this? I make it simple. Like seriously, when I go buy something GameStop, they hate me, but they know me because I know the manager. That manager that is in Union Square, he'd been there since I was a kid.
Okay.
That dude been there since I was a kid, and he was a manager. So he'd been there for a long tenure of time.
Mm-hmm.
I even worked with him. I have a lot of respect for that guy. That was the only manager I know that actually liked his job and treated his employees well in the GameStop.
Okay.
That's the only motherfucker that I will say that to.
Gotcha.
That's John in Union Square. Other than that, I think everyone's bullshit.
Oh man, you hate to hear it, man.
Yeah. You know the other one? I was surprised they closed down Rockefeller.
Oh, it's closed now?
Yes, they closed that store down. And the funny, crazy shit about that was a full profit store.
I know. I had talked to the guy there for years too.
Yeah, Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. He was actually cool. He was another one that was really cool. He was very straight to the point.
He
was really cool.
He had like a personal relationship with a friend of mine because he always went there. Like they was talking about when he left there, he was thinking about opening his own game store. So I hope maybe he got what he needed and he gets that done.
Yeah. But it goes to show that like you don't have to be a dick to sell games. You just gotta be cool with the customers. Like honestly, if you feel, and one thing I worked with me, because especially the store I had was a neighborhood, was a lot of residential. We didn't have a lot of like walk-ins. We just had a lot of residential and a lot of regulars.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, there was this guy that probably came in 3 times a week.
Okay.
His 2 kids with their scooters and shit like that. And they always get DS and 3DS games, and they always try to get like under $20 and stuff like that. So they have a question over the game, and if you have it used, I'll let them fucking try it. Like, try the game out. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, yo, that little thing, that little gesture of me letting the kids try out the games, they loved coming to the store. So I let them try out the games and before they buy them and stuff like that. But after that, he'll buy 4 of those fucking games.
Okay.
And then he'll come back the next week and buy 4 more of those games. Like that dude came every week and bought a game. Mm-hmm. So it's like these customers come in and out. So you always have to stop. I had John Leguizamo in my fucking store every fucking week.
Really?
Because his son used to trade in games and buy new games with him.
Nice.
So he always had to come in to fucking give me his ID to trade in the games.
Oh wow.
Like I know who you are, but I can't say
can't say anything.
I still need the ID.
That's hilarious.
But he was always really cool. I always called him Luigi. He always called me a dickhead. I got really cool with him though. Like he was really fucking cool. But but establishing a trust in your customer base, it means a lot to the store. If you had that with that store, I think people will keep coming because of that. I had the same thing with Blockbuster. Honestly, I worked with Mini with the Opinion. I worked in Blockbuster.
Okay.
They kept me and him on the same nights together because we sold everything. We did all the rewards. We did all the fucking rentals that we had to, all the sales, all the like the bundles and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
We knocked out every single fucking goal.
Gotcha.
Every fucking night. As long as they see that you're passionate about what you do, then they show that oh man, I want to ask him about this. I want to ask him about this. And that's what makes a community. You build a community with that. And that's something that it should be what a GameStop should want, but they don't.
No.
They say they do, but they don't.
I still feel bad when they ate up. What was the one they ate first? Was it Software Etc. was them, and then they ate somebody else? Or was the other way around?
First.
FuncoLand was, but who was them? That was the first victim, right?
So, GameStop it bought out Electronic Boutique, Software Etc.
Okay.
FuncoLand, and there was another one, but I can't think of the name, but it was Software Etc. in New York City that they ate up.
And I'll
the
be
one
honest, with you,
Funko Land
because of the
movie.
ones that I used to know of, like you said, it was like a personable situation. So you would get to know the people that worked there because they were enthusiastic about working, actually working there. So they would tell you all types of shit, and you would ask questions, and you would get, more than just a yes or no answer. They would take the time to explain to you things and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. So I'll just keep coming to this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that persisted with the only GameStop I can honestly say. Now I live up in Harlem, and there's a GameStop closer to me than the Rockefeller one, but I would always go to the Rockefeller one because I knew all the people there, and they were cool.
Yeah.
And like you said, the guy Muhammad, he was there for years, so most of the people there were under him, and the people he trained were just good. They would just listen to you. They wouldn't try to get you with 1,001 things that they saw that you were a regular. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's just a lot of things like that go into retaining customers. So that's a shame. A goddamn shame.
No, it's
especially now. Especially like when we're, I don't want to say at the peak of gaming, but like it hasn't slowed down. It's not like it's going, oh man, where video games gonna be next year? There's two new consoles announced. Nintendo's still going strong, and this is like one of the most profitable years for Nintendo ever with the damn Switch, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing's going anywhere.
But what hurts it, and I think what hurts it, is the digital, and the way video games are going now is going more towards the streaming services and shit.
But they should be happier to sell you the consoles, the bundles, and get in there and tell you this and that about it. I mean, it's a level of customer service that has to go along with it, for them to be around as well.
Yeah.
And so you would, even in the age of digital, like I was just saying about the worth of a physical game is still there. So they know this. They know the digital future is overreaching and taking over most entertainment media, period, right? So why wouldn't they change up the game and get that reputation for being a place that you want to go to buy the consoles, or to buy a strategy guide, or to buy anything, to have limited edition stuff in the store, but the fact that you want to go there to get it from them, you know what I mean? Instead of sitting there and be like, well, look, it's a physical bundle of a thing. And I'll take, for instance, say, this past, you can get into the Game Awards of 2019 shortly, but to use an example, Sekiro, it had a special edition where it had a ridiculous strategy guide, a damn Bible, and that's a physical thing. Now, if they had that in stores, and they had like the customer service up the yin yang, and they had the customer retention, you would, instead of wanting to just say, I'm gonna buy it on Amazon, you would just go down to your local GameStop, and you could have all the details you want in person, and you walk out of that GameStop with that book. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still goods to be sold that pertain to gaming. It don't have to necessarily be the game, but when you fuck it up on all fronts, you deserve to go away. You know what I'm saying?
You know what also hurt with GameStop is the like, I know for a fact they don't get the budget to do the midnight events anymore.
That's the thing I was wondering about.
So they don't get the budgets like they used to with the midnight. Like, I remember we were able to get it like for the pizza party and shit like that when we did the pre-order, like for Call of Duty and shit like that.
Okay.
They don't do that no more. They don't make that. They don't make the event of that game coming out feel special anymore.
No, they lost that. I don't remember when the last one was. It had to have been like a Modern Warfare or something, right?
I can't remember the last time I picked the game up at midnight. Like, I don't even go. I know it's not much of an event. It's just motherfuckers standing online. And
this dude standing. Yeah.
I remember when I had a tattoo fucking event in my fucking at GameStop. I had for Assassin's Creed the one was it 3? I think it was 3 it was 3 for Assassin's Creed 3. I had for anyone picking up the big collector's edition. If they were the age, they were able to get a free tattoo of the Assassin's Creed logo, which I have on my wrist. I got a free tattoo off of it.
Wow, that's cool.
So there was a tattoo parlor right next door to us. So I was like, "Yo, you mind if maybe like 5 people?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, because what he was asking, he was looking for like the Halo Special Edition 360, and he couldn't find it nowhere. So I just called up a couple of stores, and I was like, "Yo, I found it. I got it into my store for you. If you could just do that little favor, you could only do 3 people, and that's perfectly fine." He did 5.
Okay,
but it was just like, yo, if you could easily do that and have those events, like we used to get pizza from this dude that my buddy, one of my coworkers knew. That we used to get like those half off because he used to give him he used to barter games with him. So he used to give us the pizzas half off and shit like that. We used to get like about 40 to 50 people coming in and out of the store just fucking chilling and shit. It was cool. And we always had a good time. Yeah.
I remember like that era when that was a normal thing of an event, not just. And then the companies used to
come out too. Like I remember Grand Theft Auto 5 and Halo. They had representatives coming out giving you swag and shit.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't do that shit no more.
Do you remember I don't remember which Halo. I think it was Halo 3 when they had like the Master Chief on a fucking what's the 4-wheeler in the game? What's it called? No, not the Warhawk. The Warhawk is the big one.
Oh, the ATV.
The small ATV.
I forgot what it was called.
And they had him like driving up and down the street and shit. I think it was like I forgot which one it was. I think it might have been at the Best Buy on 5th Avenue or something.
Yeah.
It was somewhere in the city. I remember the picture of just a Master Chief on that thing.
I could probably see it being Toys R Us.
Toys R Us? Okay.
Because Toys R Us had a massive like Halo 3.
I remember when the Wii came out.
Yeah.
I remember I know the dude who was like number 1 online. I remember he was he actually was one of the it's funny. He's a controversial figure now, but for all intents and purposes, you know how in the fighting game community people have like they'll have a corporation's little logo and maybe abbreviation in front of their name. Like you'll see Razer XYZ, or you'll see what's a company that makes sticks? Sanwa. You can see like Sanwa Mike. Like you'll get an endorsement. So he was one of the people who was a pioneer of. He was sponsored players.
Yeah.
And so and it was called Empire Arcadia. Now, he was kind of crooked and showed a little favoritism to certain people, so that didn't work out at the end of the day. But it still was pioneering a thing that is very widely seen today. So I remember and he was in the paper too. Like the picture of him like wrapped up, like sitting outside, because it was the big one was not at the Nintendo store. It was at Toys R Us.
Okay.
The one that was in Times Square. Oh my god, man! I would have never done that shit, dude. He was out there for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
okay, you might know him. He's the black dude with the power glove.
Okay.
Like, if you've seen that back in the day, like in New York, there was a black dude with a power glove, like, and he would show up on like little events.
There's
and stuff.
A chance that I've probably seen him throughout my times.
Yeah, he's probably come to your store and bought stuff.
You probably have. You know how many fucking faces.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's too many to count.
I remember one of my fondest memories of a midnight release that I was part of, like without me being the salesman, was for Grand Theft Auto 4.
Okay.
And I remember Rockstar Games had people come out and they gave us mad shit. They gave us the fucking Yankee, their version, the Swingers. It was their Yankees team with the one in the pink, two in the pink, foam glove.
What did it look like? It was a pink foam glove.
It was. Think of Matt Hardy's foam glove.
Oh.
It looked just like that.
I know exactly what you mean.
Think of Matt Hardy's foam glove. That was that. They gave us GTA 4 T-shirts. They gave us. I got the collector's edition. That was the one that had the bank deposit box.
Okay.
It had a bag and shit for 4, which was.
I wanted that too. I remember. I didn't get that.
I got that one, and it was just a fun thing. I met a lot of friends. I made friends and shit like that. And it was a fun event, and that was before they closed down the A Street and Greenwich Village. So GameStop.
Okay.
That's when it was still there.
Gotcha.
That was a good time.
So pour one out for the old GameStop.
Yeah.
For how it used to be.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. You got any?
That's crazy.
You got any figure news?
Right
week?
now, no. It's been kind of quiet with it.
I'm gonna bring out one thing. I think you know what it is.
All right.
Shout outs to the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast for debuting last week their brand new wrestling figures.
Yeah, their figures. I have the code. I might try to get them.
Dude, there's only 500, and it went on sale Friday. I think they're gone.
Yeah, they're probably gone.
That's what I was like. I was hoping you jumped on it early.
I was thinking about it too, but I have so much.
I heard them say it on the podcast. They were like, "It's going live," and they were like, "Should be today." And I'm like, "Uh-oh," because I know they do it. You said they do it early.
Yeah.
But he's like, by the time you hear this, and then you said, "Oh yeah, Friday."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh shit."
Hold on, that's fine. I saw them though. They were like they look like the old school He-Man figures, but with the lucha mask and shit. It looks cool.
They look really cool. I just like that they went for the old school style. You know, they're not superposable, but they are instantly recognizable.
Yeah.
So, you know, hopefully they get out there and at least get some exposure for it. Maybe you'll see some more. Who knows?
Yeah, they're planning to do the whole crew.
So, oh, really? So there's gonna be a major mark?
Yeah, they probably do the Stang and.
Shout outs to Stang.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stang.
They probably do him. They probably do Hornswoggle and a couple other people.
Swoggle. Mm-hmm.
Super Ball.
The great Kali.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard the episode yet, but he was the one that introed this week's episode.
Yeah.
Swoggle, you're the shits, bro.
Yeah.
All right, brother. The funniest part was you could hear somebody telling him what to say.
Yeah.
Jesus, Kali. He can't even give a fuck. Damn.
The Power Ranger news is they're planning on the reboot, and everyone's thinking it was time travel, but no, it's the fact that the movie's gonna take place in the 90s.
Which movie?
The Power Ranger movie, the new one.
Oh, the new one. Oh, okay.
So they're rebooting it, and it's gonna take place in the 90s. It's not going time travel. It's gonna take place in the 90s.
Take place in the 90s. All right.
I'm fine with that.
I don't mind. I want to see what they're gonna do. I want to see. Well, I'm curious as to their interpretation of the 90s.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I like to see it.
Did any details on who's directing it or whatnot?
Nothing at this moment.
So I could at least check out their IMDb and see what else they've done and see if they've done anything I give a shit about.
Yeah, right now there's no one at that moment.
Okay.
Other thing was the Sonic team, the people that redesigned Sonic, went out of business. I
just saw something flash about that.
That's
in a
fucked
little
up.
news thing. But did you get any details about exactly why?
They just went out of business. They just after they did the design, they closed the studio.
Did they go bankrupt? They didn't say anything.
They didn't. I haven't got the full list of. I just know they went bankrupt. I was like, yo, why don't that team that helped the movie studio buy them?
Yeah, or Sonic. Or Sega themselves.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, look what we did for you, man. That's messed up.
Because that sound looks good.
Yeah, it looks way better than what it was.
100 times better.
Oh man. Well, pour one out. They made them do all that work, and then they just couldn't. That's almost as bad as that. You hearing about that Mario Luigi studio, and Nintendo doesn't own them, and they're like, hey man, we going bankrupt. Can you help us?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, yo, they made good games for you. Yo, help them out.
Nintendo just watched them burn down.
Watching them stink. Like, damn. Sega, what's wrong with you? Use some of that Yakuza money, man. Help them out.
Yeah. No one likes helping people.
Man, what's up with? Oh, that's a bummer. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Now it makes you want to see the movie out of like,
Yeah.
just to help him, like, just to give him a nod, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That movie, I actually really want to see it.
I mean, yeah, they sold me on wanting to see it now.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see that thing before. I was scared to see it. It was like a horror movie.
Yeah.
They showed you the monster.
I feel like I was gonna see it either way.
Yeah.
I feel like I was gonna see it if it was bad or good. I was still gonna see it no matter what.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, let's get into these Game Awards.
At least it looks alright. God damn it. That sucks.
All right.
Well, you know what? I have the GameSpot article about it.
So first thing, big thing.
Increasing internal market pressures in the area is what they have cited. I don't know what that means. That's just the information I have. So that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they have for why they closed.
Okay.
But apparently they were involved with stuff like Lion King, Watchmen, and Call of the Wild. So if you and they won an Academy Award on Life of Pi. So they weren't just randos.
Okay, can a studio buy them, please?
Like they did work. So
do their shit.
So yeah, that's pretty bad. You lost some good ones in the game. Damn. And they turned it around what, like 3 months?
Yeah.
All right. 800 artists? Wow. It's a lot of people, dude.
Yeah.
Damn. Pour one out.
What do you think of the new Xbox?
Excuse me? Do you mean Xbox Series X?
Series X.
Or Xbox Sex, like everybody wants to make fun of it, they call it?
Already.
Or the giant monolith that the monkeys see in 2001?
Yeah.
Or the fucking fridge that everybody puts everywhere now? Ah, the memes are relentless, dude. I will say, if you haven't seen any Xbox Series X memes, they do foretell a profitable future, because apparently, and this is brought up by Niche Gamer, so shout outs to them.
Yeah.
The system is huge, so they will win the console war. Let the memes begin. That's the mark of success. A giant console. They're gonna win. They got it, boys. Don't worry about it.
They did show hell. What's it called?
Who's that?
The game that they showed before it.
I wish I knew. I didn't get to see the entire thing. I got to see the little trailer though.
Hellblade 2. They showed Hellblade 2. That'll be the first game they showed off for the Xbox X series.
Oh well, that's pretty cool. I forgot they own that studio. That's Ninja Theory.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
And we also got.
Get to that.
Yeah, so going into the Game Awards, I guess. Seeing that
Well.
we went way off topic, and now we go back into the topic we usually want to talk about.
Hey, look, this stuff going down, man.
People need to know.
That's the whole point, right? Let them know, man. They sitting around not knowing anything.
So we actually got the first look of PS5 and Xbox Series X.
They showed PS5 on the show?
So Godfall was the first PS5 game they showed.
Oh, they didn't show the system though, right?
No.
Okay.
And then we showed
What's the name of the game? Say that again.
Godfall.
Oh, I heard about that. Okay, who's that by? Is it first party?
I don't think it is. I don't think it's first party.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I don't know what studio it is that they
Gearbox.
own. It could be anybody. Who?
Gearbox.
Of all people, Gearbox.
Yeah.
Wow. How about that?
So that was a PS5 game that they first showed. And then Hellblade 2 was the first Xbox Series X game they showed.
So what you think of the system, though?
The
you see what it looks like?
Itself, like...
It's official. This is not a mock-up. This is not a fan rendition. This is Microsoft's announcement of the system and what it looks like.
So it does look a little like if you look at the Xbox all-digital system.
Okay.
It looks very similar to that.
Okay, I
Just
can see
bigger. just slightly bigger.
But it has. I see it has a disk drive on it.
It does have a disk drive.
See a little
They said you could put it horizontal or stand it up.
Oh, you can lay it down.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't know you could lay it down. I thought it was forbidden.
No, you can lay it down.
Okay.
It's still pretty fucking big.
No, it's not actually big. If you look at the there's a picture of it with the controller.
Yeah.
It's actually only like 2 controllers high, so it's not that big. It's just wide because it's a complete rectangle.
Yeah.
That's why it looks funny.
But the fact that they improved everything that has to be done with the system is supposed to be quiet as fuck. It's supposed to have a lot of fans and all that jazz, and the top of the green turn. I hope it don't light up.
Oh yeah, it does. I saw it. The grate on the top, it has green light coming out of it. Yeah. I saw it.
I hope that it could get turned off, because that would be kind of annoying when, like, say for Javi in your room.
Oh, are you kidding me? That's what you want. You want to know you're playing the Xbox. you want yourself and everybody else to know. Oh man, what's that guy doing? His. You look upstairs, you see on the 5th floor or something.
Yeah.
Dude's windows is glowing green. Oh, he's playing Xbox.
I don't mind it that much though. Like I'll wait till I see it in person. Most likely, I'll probably be getting it. So,
as usual, I don't typically buy systems the year off because I let them iron and shit out.
Yeah,
I don't trust them anymore. I don't trust console manufacturers anymore, just because ever since the Xbox 360, I know no matter how good a console is, because the Xbox 360 was godlike. But they got problems. They can have problems in the first iteration, so I always wait from then on.
I'll probably get it like the second year,
and then by the second year you get that Amazon deal.
Yeah,
that's how I got my free camera that I never used.
Yeah, I think it looks alright though. Like I don't have much hate on it. Everyone's saying, "Oh, it's too big," and like that. Like that. Like, they don't actually show like the full size of it. Like, I feel like it's smaller than what everyone thinks it is.
No, but it's funny. It's hilarious to make fun of it because it looks like a fridge.
It does.
It looks like a mini fridge.
It looks like a very big like portable hard drive.
It's basically a gaming PC.
Yeah.
They just gave up.
Yeah.
They just made it a gaming PC. They're like, all right, fine. Here you go.
I think that's the style they probably kind of look for too. I have a feeling that was what they were looking for.
Because if you slapped a logo on it with like a cat or fucking a lightning bolt or an alien, it would look exact like a gaming PC. You know what I mean? Like that's the motif. You put a green stripe on there somewhere. That's all you need.
Yeah.
You buy that for $800 on Newegg or something. That's what it looks like. But you know what? Congratulations from them getting out, for them having it ready. I miss Scarlet already. I'm not even gonna lie.
I would have kept the
Series
Scarlet.
X.
I like the Scarlet.
That sounds black.
I would have kept the Scarlet. I would have had the light be red instead of the green.
Yeah, something. You don't have to be married to the green color scheme. It's okay, Xbox. It's okay.
I feel like they try to force that green on us.
Yeah, that's true.
Hopefully for the best. What you got in the Game Awards?
Oh, we can go through it. There's a hell of a lot. See, I didn't sit through it. You said it was like 2.5 hours, right?
It was 3.5 hours long.
3.5.
I looked at the trailers and I looked at the main winner, and that was it.
Yeah, so they did have a few trailers. I recommend going to, and this is where I'm reading the rundown from. There's a good article on Polygon called "All the Winners from the Game Awards 2019." So if you just Google that, you'll find it. It'll be in the show notes, so it'll be easy to find.
All right.
But they have everything already segregated. So if you want to hear about the new games and announcements, you can check that out. And they have the trailers also to the side. But what I want to get into is just who won, because what the hell is the point of this thing if you don't pick your favorites? Because otherwise, I don't care. Because I haven't cared about this thing since it's been around. Because it's Jeff Keighley's thing, and I've never really been too fond of him because he always seems to have favoritism. That's why I don't like him. He's never really done anything wrong.
He's kind of a dick. I met him in person. He's a dick.
Oh, okay. You know what? Some people don't meet your hero. Sometimes
Yeah, he was never my hero, but
No, I'm
Might
just
have been
saying,
still
the
dick.
important people in certain industries, sometimes they just assholes. But I mean, he might not really be a dickhead, but first impressions kind
Looks
of
like a
last, kind of
dickhead.
last long. But
Smells
my whole thing with him is just that he seems to have favoritism. Ask Kojima
oh
if
man,
that's true or
this
not.
is
That's all I have to say.
Kojima's ass.
Ask Hideo Kojima if he has favoritism.
I
He's
don't know
in
where
his
Kojima starts and he begins.
yes, thank you. He's in his game, and so can't really take his word for it. But it seems this year has been like better all around, and more people have been into it than like the past few years.
That's
It's less cynicism and more like, all right, this is all right.
Yeah.
So, strap on your Doritos and Mountain Dew, and we gonna run down this list of who won what, but mainly the biggest awards because there's a lot of awards they gave out. That's
happy
probably why the
Judgment-
show was 3 hours.
I was happy Judgment got. I think Judgment got nominated for 2 awards.
Yes, if you follow the RGG Studios,
Yeah.
the creators of the Yakuza series, they put out that they got nominated for Yakuza. I don't know if they won anything. I think it was for,
nominated for Judgment.
yeah, it was not any of the Yakuza games specifically, but it was Judgment, and I think it was story.
Yes.
So,
That's really good.
but they have it in a specific order. It's mostly alphabetical. I'll try to skip out on the stuff that don't really pertain to what we particularly play, because I don't think you really care about mobile game of the year. And
No. Or
that's
like,
the esports coach. What?
I
No,
don't
I'm
do-
good.
Like I don't even know I didn't even know they had coaches.
They do.
What they do?
It's a thing, but
Do
But I
they,
don't- I
will
don't-
they do the Kurt Angle Gable thing that I asked?
that would be amazing. But I think they're too fragile.
Press the left button better.
If one person could wrestle like Gable, I think he would demolish 99% of everybody who plays in the esports leagues, because they're just sitting in chairs and playing video games.
And
They're
do
not
that fake-
exactly. They're not all sporty. You know what I'm saying? So
I can't get.
you can't have all that wrestling knowledge in your head and all the video game knowledge in your head. Is what I'm saying. You got to make concessions.
I can't get past this entrance.
That's why, as much as we love him, Xavier Woods is not the technical masterpiece on the mat, because he has way too many other things in his head that he has to be good at.
I
So,
feel like he is. It's just that they don't let him shine.
if you let him fight Gable, he would get mopped up. I'm
I
gonna say,
think you have an amazing match with Gable.
nah. He would have an amazing match because it's wrestling. I'm just talking about if he tried to get on the mat with him, he would get
Because
mopped up.
Xavier Woods was a college wrestler.
He would get mopped up by
And he
Gable.
was in high school.
Gable-
He was a high school wrestler too.
Gable-
So I think he could have-
As much as we hate Shorty G, that man is a former Olympian. I'm not gonna take that away
but
from
he
him.
lost.
I know, but he made it there. He was like second place or something.
But
So-
you're not Kurt Angle. You gotta win.
That's just true. I don't
Anyway, let's move on.
know.
I kind of want that match. Xavier Woods versus Gable.
It could happen. It definitely could. They're both on SmackDown.
Let's hopefully he's not Shorty G when he wrestles.
Oh, jeez. All right. Shorty G of the year. So let me go down through the important topics from this year's 2019 Game Awards. Game of the year, and we're just going to get right into it. The nominees were The Outer Worlds, Smash Brothers Ultimate, Resident Evil 2, Death Stranding, and Control, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And in a surprise win, Sekiro won.
Yeah.
I don't know how that game won when so many people were bitching that it was so hard. Who beat it? That's my question. Who beat that game?
I feel like the game itself, like my story and just like I feel like it deserved it.
I'd say from aesthetics, from originality, yeah, definitely. It's probably one of the better action games of the year, but it did not win the action game category, and we'll get to that later. But as a complete package, yeah, that's a game where you can sit there and look at it and just be like, God damn,
Yeah.
this is good.
I
Like,
think I was surprised that
real
it
good at
won
that.
it.
Real good at that.
I know most sources and like media was talking about Control taking it, but I
Mhm.
was surprised it won it.
I think from what I hear about Control is that visually is probably like one of the best games, and we'll get to that. but that it suffers from some repetition problems that a lot of people had issue with. Like it was either you liked the combat or you just were tired of it and was hoping it was over.
Yeah,
is what I heard about it, because it just wasn't for you combat wise. And when there's a major component of the game that turns so many people off to it, I can see why it wouldn't win. Like, remember, you gotta. I guess you gotta think about, they have a committee of who votes on it.
Yeah.
And you gotta all agree on, okay, this one is better than every other one else. And so I imagine, I still have a hard time thinking of people, because you know the stereotype. Even when this Sekiro came out, it had the meme. Yeah. But there's no journalist mode. Yeah. Which means there's no easy mode. Yeah. Because when it came out, people were giving it shit because it's difficult. Like that game, I own a few of the games on the list, Resident Evil 2 and Sekiro. That game is not easy, dude. It's not even like a Souls game hard. You have to learn this game and you got to focus when you play it. Yeah. Like, it's weird. But congratulations. You won a year award. Now you can slap that on the sticker.
I was surprised that Smash Brothers was only there because last year it was too late for being considered for last year's. Oh boy. And there's some controversy with Nintendo and Smash Brothers. Yeah. Man, Nintendo fans need to calm the fuck down. That's all I have to say. And then Smash fans. I also say Star Wars.
Smash fans.
Jedi Force Awaken. The Jedi.
Fallen Order. Yeah.
Fallen Order. I think that could have been a contender for Game of the Year if it came out a week earlier.
So maybe it'll be next year.
It would be for next year's, but I think this year's like jam packed. Everything get looked at.
Maybe we'll see. But they were kind enough. But they were kind enough for that, so we'll see. I don't think, maybe we'll get a special mention or something. Yeah. So like I said, Sekiro did not win Action Game of the Year. And that's the next category, going in alphabetical order. The nominees for Action Game of the Year were Metro Exodus, Gears 5, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. No, that's not a typo. There was a new Modern Warfare. Yeah. That's named exactly Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Yeah. Astral Chain, Apex Legends, which I find interesting, and Devil May Cry 5. And the winner is Devil May Cry 5.
I was surprised by that.
I'm surprised? Nah.
I was surprised that...
Hell no.
No, as in, I love that game, but I was surprised they picked Devil May Cry 5. I honestly thought it would have been Astral Chain.
Nah. I'll tell you why, but go ahead.
Or Apex.
I know it wouldn't be Astral Chain because it's in the same boat. I mean, in the games media, because remember, it's a lot of these people who are in the games media. That game got beat over the head because it was super repetitive as well. Yeah. And the combat, it was like, while it was rewarding, it wasn't anything like, oh my god, my jaw's on the floor type thing. Yeah. Whereas all I heard about Devil May Cry 5 was, holy shit. Yo, did you see this shit? Yo, Nero's riding on rockets. What? Dante turns a sword into nunchuck. What is he? Like, that game, since it came out, all I heard was just nothing but nonstop. What the fuck?
I love that game. I forgot that came out this year.
Yeah, because it happened to come out in February. Yeah. It came out in March. My bad. Yeah, that's the curse really coming out early. I love that. Yeah, to me, that's in contender for my game of the year. Like, I like that game so much.
It was a good game.
I played through it like 3-4 times. I can't beat Devil May. Dante Must Die difficulty, but like, I played the shit out of that game.
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah, well deserved. The categories. What?
I respect that.
True.
Why can't that be part of the Game of the Year one?
Oh, Devil May Cry 5?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I do know why, because they vote on a certain amount. So if you don't make the cut, they just cut you off.
That makes sense.
And to be honest, of all those other games, Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, and Smash, and Outer Worlds, I've heard nothing but positive things. The only game on that list that shouldn't be there is Death Stranding, I feel.
Yeah, I agree too. I think
It's
the
too
only reason
polarizing.
There is because of fucking Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, I feel it's too polarizing in the eyes of so many different people who've reviewed it. It's like there's no way that could be the game of the year for this if it is a consensus of people in the industry. Because people in the industry basically said this game is divisive. You know what I mean? So yeah. Action adventure, which is interesting as a subcategory. Borderlands 3, Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, and surprise, surprise, another win for Sekiro.
Good job.
And if I had to be honest, I think that's Sekiro's strong suit.
Okay.
The adventure, the action adventure part where you like traverse and explore the world and stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably better than all those other games. I feel like it's a thing you have to play the game really to see. I think it stands out more than the playing the game itself. Like when you're just going around and looking at stuff, that game is beautiful. It's like it has some of the most like detailed renditions of a fictional version of Japan I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And the story is actually pretty original too. So
Okay.
yeah. Although I would say, you know, why Control didn't win that one, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one. But as I say that, we go to art direction. I think the nominees for art direction are Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, which I definitely get. Sekiro, Sayonara Wild Hearts. I'm not familiar with that, but I've heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Grease, Gris.
I think that was the one I wanted, right?
No, Death Stranding, and the winner, Control, which
Okay.
I'm 100% behind that. If you see Control, you will understand.
It's on the Game Pass the next month, so.
Yeah, next you bet. I 100% recommend that game. Like, I almost say if it has an easy mode, play it on easy just so you can see it.
Okay.
So you need to see that game playing. That's just ridiculous. And again, like I said, I'm not gonna go through everything. And to make it shorter for the stuff that's not really like, do I care what game won this category? I'll skip listing all the nominees, but for audio design, the winner is Modern Warfare. This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It beat out Gears 5, which is interesting because I know Gears 5 is a beast in the audio department.
Yeah.
Did you get to play it this year?
Gears 5? No, I haven't. I have the Game Pass. I haven't played the fucking game.
Wow, you're missing out, dude. Play Gears.
Yeah, I didn't get to play it.
This is an interesting category. I'm surprised it's here, and I wonder how much of this is actually true from what I hear about Destiny. But the Community Support Award goes to Destiny 2. I don't know, man. Destiny fans be saying they suck.
Man.
I don't know.
You know, I have a friend, my boy Jason. He goes back and forth with Destiny, and he says usually when they do the big updates and shit, they really do fan service when they do the updates.
Okay,
So
all right.
from
Okay.
what I know from him, he does go back, and he finds reasons to go back to the game.
Okay. The other categories, Apex Legends, which I thought that was gonna win.
Okay.
I've heard that's had nothing but like just because remember that's the team, that's Respawn.
Yeah.
So I figured like that had nothing but communities because I see the roadmap for the game since it came out. And remember, it's like a free game with a battle pass,
Yeah.
meaning you don't have to buy that to like
Keep
enjoy the new thing. Yeah. So Final Fantasy 14, which again I would think that would win because I've heard nothing but good things about that.
Yeah.
Fortnite, I have no idea. And Rainbow Six Siege, which I know for a fact this game is crazy, and I might look into it because I think it's probably like $5 to buy the base game by now.
Yeah.
I've heard some shit about that game. I'm surprised on this list, Iceborne, they didn't just put Monster Hunter World because that game's got such good support, but you know it's a 2018 game. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Gonna skip a bunch of stuff. Why not? Esports Game of the Year, League of Legends. How about that? I would have thought it would be Overwatch or Dota, but you know what? They didn't win. So there you go.
I was surprised that World of Warcraft Classic.
Not even nominated.
Okay.
Fortnite, Overwatch, Dota 2, and Counter-Strike GO. So
I played none of those games.
okay. Not even Overwatch. I'm sure you play Overwatch a little bit.
Overwatch when it first came out. I haven't played
You didn't go back to it. Okay.
Jiki's played through it before.
Family game. Here's one. Family game of the year. Luigi's Mansion 3. Pretty cool.
That's good.
Also nominated Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario Maker 2, Smash Ultimate, and Yoshi's Crafted World.
All Nintendo.
So basically, yeah, about to say. So basically, Nintendo runs that game. They run the family game
market
a lot. Yep. Another one I want to get into. Fighting game of the year.
Okay.
Smash Brothers Ultimate. No surprise there. With the continued support throughout the entire year, that's probably the most. And as much as people still want to give it shit for not being a traditional fighter, listen, I have not seen more hype over character reveals than that game. Period. I know Injustice. I mean, I know MK has hype over their character reveals. Yeah. Street Fighter, it used to, but 5 kind of, people still salty with that game. Tekken, it didn't have the hypest character reveals this year. It had to have Geese was one that was last year. So it obviously disqualifies itself.
I feel,
but like, I've seriously, like, the hype behind every character revealed in that game, people are fucking bananas every single time. Like, even the dude from what's the name of that series? Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Like, this is a generic hero.
Yeah.
I saw so many people being like close to tears, like, yo, I can't believe they put that character in the game. Holy shit.
I saw that with Banjo-Kazooie.
See what I'm saying?
I saw motherfuckers cry.
But you see what I'm saying? Like,
but yo, this is my only gripe, because I own both games, and as a game itself, as in the full fighting and the online play, and I feel Mortal Kombat 11 was a better game.
Okay.
I always had issues with the online with Smash. And then that's something like, and then the whole sprite shit, it's a good thing, but it gets boring after a while. I feel Mortal Kombat 11 had a great story mode. They have the tower modes, and I feel like they add more shit every single week, and I think it was a better game than Smash Brothers this year.
All right. So I see your point of contention.
Yeah, like especially online. Like Mortal Kombat runs a lot better online, and it's actually gonna be the first fighting game to be cross-platform.
I just want to be the guy to point out why is Jump Force in this list. They probably paid for that slot. That's all I have to say. I've heard nothing good about that game.
I mean, either, but it's getting a lot of anime fans love it. So.
No, okay, dude. I've heard hardcore. I follow like certain people.
Yeah.
Like they have their YouTube channels, and they're very into it, and they were willing to buy into it, and they played it, and they were like, "This game sucks."
But then you had those diehards that like, they play it like it was like Dragon Ball fucking.
Oh, you talking about like Budokai?
No, the other one, the bad one.
Tenkaichi?
Zero. Dragon Ball GT.
Oh, damn. Why you had to take it back to that?
People played that game and said, oh, it's fucking Dragon Ball, but it sucked.
But they didn't have anything else. How dare you?
It still sucked.
Yeah.
But they defended that game to death until they got something back.
God damn it. All right. You know what? But in all fairness, that is a good comparison because I think you can compare those two to how they play.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, you're just making excuses for this game now.
Like, I hear Jump Force is just a really bad button mashy game, and it's like a bad version of those Naruto games because it's in that engine. Yeah, at least the fighting wise is in the Naruto style of Ultimate Ninja Warrior, where the arena fighter type of game.
Jump Force is pretty much like an anime Smash Brothers wannabe.
It had a potential to be amazing. The characters they have in there is ridiculous. I can't believe that game. Like, on one hand, I can't believe it's real. Yeah. And that they put the type of budget into the graphics that they did, because that game looks amazing. But to hear it plays like poop is like, nah, that sucks. So, let's see. What other game was like something that we really would go, all right, I care about that. For multiplayer game, here you go. This is something that's interesting, especially to me. Multiplayer game of the year, Apex Legends. I could co-sign on that. I've played it for a little bit earlier this year.
Yeah.
What I will say is, yes, that game makes me want to play a first-person shooter. It really does.
Yeah, it's easy to pick up.
It has like a style about it. It has a speed to it, and I do like the character selection. But I like the character selection even at the beginning when it wasn't that many. It's just something about. But again, it coming from Respawn and the way they make guns shoot is just so good.
That's good.
It's just good.
I
have had experience with the wannabe streamers and their character trying to lock down character picks with people who don't know they're playing, because you can see people's rank.
Yeah.
And so when you got somebody who's got a super high rank and you get teamed up with them and they're like, yeah man, don't pick my character, and I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
This is like my second time playing the game.
Yeah.
Yo man, don't pick my character. I don't even know, I just want to try the character. What are you talking about? And it's like, so what I did was wait till we got into the game and quit out and handicapped his team. So don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Just shut up and play another character.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I would like to point out the nominees in this one. Borderlands 3, which is cool.
I think I should have got that.
Okay. Modern Warfare, obviously. Tetris 99, which I didn't realize came out this year.
I feel like that should have been, honestly, I feel like that should have got it.
That should have won. That probably should have won. The Division 2, although I like that game, it was like Division 1.5, honestly.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't enough to make it. Like, shout outs to Jinkies for having faith, but shame on Jinkies for buying that game and falling off. That's all I gotta say. Let's see. Anything else? Role-playing game. Here you go. Best role-playing game of the year. Disco Elysium. I did not play that. I've heard nothing but good things about it. Also nominated Final Fantasy 14, which I don't know how that game gets nominated every other year. Didn't it come out like 5 years ago?
14?
Yeah, it did. Not 15, 14. Okay. 14. Okay, here's this. If you don't know what happened to Final Fantasy 14, it launched like it was a early cycle PS4 exclusive. I think it was. Right? No, I don't even think it was exclusive. It just launched early in the PS4's life cycle. Turned out to be a complete mess, an absolute travesty. So then Square said, no, we're not gonna let this be public. They took it down, they retooled it, and then it came back out. And then since then, it's probably been the number one MMO.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it came out.
That was like years ago.
It came out 2010.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And then the relaunch was probably maybe 4 years later.
Okay.
Even then, what the hell? No. It was probably like 5 or 6 years later. Actually, it was probably a longer time. Yeah. But still, it didn't come out this year.
Yeah.
An expansion came out this year, and it doesn't say the expansion in here. It just says the game. Whatever. I'm mad. Other people, I call collusion. Other nominees in category: Kingdom Hearts 3, which is all. Yeah. I have no experience, so I don't know.
Okay.
That's cool to see. Oh, look, Monster Hunter World Iceborne. What the? I don't trust this list anymore. And the Outer Wilds. I feel, again, like I said, I feel Iceborne should have been in Community.
Okay. Because
I feel like, and I have news for you this week for Monster Hunter Iceborne. Like every week, there's something new and like substantial to that game. Almost every month, I would say. And then we get down to the end. Score and music, I just want to call it out because I see some of the nominees. But the winner is Death Stranding, and I'll be honest, I've heard nothing but good things about the soundtrack to that game, so I'm kind of interested.
Okay.
That's one thing I really like about game. Even a bad game can win me over with a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to Death Stranding for winning that. The other nominees, Cadence of Hyrule. I don't know what that is. That might be the music for, like, what is it, Link's Awakening? I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like something.
Collection.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Devil May Cry 5. I love the soundtrack in that game.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3 and Sayonara Wild Hearts. A sports racing. What this is interesting. Sports racing game. The winner of that is Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. What? I'm not mad because I've heard it's really good.
But
and I like the original Crash. CTR.
I don't like that it's connected with sports.
No, but it's racing. It's on.
Yeah, but it's cartoony racing. It's like
yeah.
It'll go more into a bat of.
But the other nominees: Dirt Rally 2.0, eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020, FIFA 2019, and FIFA 20. No, F1 2019 and FIFA 20. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it should be in just a purely racing category. I get that.
Yeah.
Because sports is a little like what? But I think there were no more. Oh man, what happened to wrestling?
Yeah.
It could have been in that category.
Like, yeah, NBA, yeah, Madden, and all that stuff too. That don't even get looked at anymore.
I know. That's true.
They're big in the esports world though.
Ooh, the wrestling games?
No, the NBA, NFL.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Even the show, I was surprised the show didn't make it. The show was really good this year.
Oh, did you hear the news about that going non-exclusive?
Yeah,
which is weird.
That's good.
But I guess that's to keep the franchise period that Sony has to like
it makes you
let it be published. Yeah, they have to. I think from what I was hearing, they have to. They probably had a contract where it says, "Oh yeah, you got to make a certain amount of money to keep this."
No, they want it open for everybody.
No. I mean, they don't have the terms of the contract public though.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining that the MLB was just like, we want more money.
No, what MLB wanted was it to be able to go on other consoles. That was the agreement. Like, you sign if you do it on other consoles.
But I'm saying that the whole point to doing that is they make more money when they do that.
Yeah, because
that's probably what it is.
Yeah, because they want it on the Switch, they want it on the Xbox, they want like the extra money.
Give me that money.
Yeah.
So
and it's
somebody brought up. So. It'll be interesting to see if it'll be the first game on a shelf where you just can't tell what kind of box it's gonna have.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting to see that.
We'll see.
But that's about it for the Game Awards 2019. Again, there's a bunch of other categories. Check out Polygon's list. I'm sure there's a bunch of other websites that have lists up.
Yeah.
But that's all I wanted to go through because it's hella long.
A lot of cool trailers. I'll say one just to look at is that samurai game that's coming out, the Ghost of
Tsushima.
Yes. Check out that trailer. That trailer was fucking dope as shit.
And I think I got a better understanding what that game is now from that trailer because it has gameplay mixed with cinematics. It looks like Assassin's Creed, and that's like, oh, that's good. I like that. Ninja Assassin's Creed.
I think it looks really dope. It looks samurai-ish and ninja at the same time. I was like, all right. Honestly,
well, I mean, they are from the same family. I get what you mean. Like,
all you gotta do is put ears on his head, and this could be your Sagio Jimbo game.
That's true.
That I dream about. What else? There was another game that really stood out. The Hellblade, which came out with the Xbox Series X. That was actually a pretty decent trailer. The 9 to 5. It was an interesting trailer. Godfall, which was the first PS5 trailer. But The Wolf Among Us, which I'm actually excited about.
Oh, yeah.
Part 2 is coming out. That was one of the trailers that came out. Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance is coming. They had a trailer out. Yeah, those are the standout trailers that I could tell you right now. And they had the Joker trailer for Mortal Kombat.
I had the teaser. They don't have the full trailer, unfortunately. They have this intro with Harley.
Yeah, I liked it. I was happy. They changed his face.
They did?
Yeah, they changed his face. They made it look... He actually looks like a mix between the cartoon animated Joker and Joaquin Phoenix Joker. If you look at his face, it looks like Joaquin Phoenix a little bit.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm happy.
All right.
It's cool.
I'm interested to see what his fatality is going to be.
He's going to shove that volcano.
Is he going to have the Injustice fatality?
I think.
I mean the MK versus DC fatalities. Excuse me.
Maybe he'll actually go straight
okay.
fatality, seeing that he could go all M rated. So let's see what he does.
I just wonder if they're gonna bring back that Easter egg with the gun, bang, and you don't die, and then he shoots you.
I think someone's gonna. They're gonna feel it. I'm waiting for it to see it. He's gonna kill you. He is gonna kill you.
Did you ever see the Shang Tsung version? When they redid it, one of the games they gave Shang Tsung the same fatality.
Oh, okay.
He does it. He pulls the fake gun out, and then he pulls another one out after he scares you and just shoots you in the face.
Oh, okay.
And then he does a little. He starts laughing and running around in circles and shit. So we'll see.
I hope he's good.
Yeah,
we and Spawn.
2 characters left, right? That's it. Is Joker and Spawn?
Yeah, no. Spawn comes out March.
But there's not. That's only it. That's it,
So
right?
there's 2
Nobody else.
characters before that.
Who else?
I don't remember. But
Cinderella's out. Cinderella's out. Terminator's out.
There's 2 other characters before that.
Nightwolf is out.
I don't know the names of the characters, but I know there's 2 more characters.
No, it's not. Are you sure?
Yeah.
The trailer had
Spawn
only
is
5
nice.
characters. Shang Tsung, Nightwolf, Sindel, Terminator, Joker, Spawn.
Okay. So I guess that,
And Terminator came out and he was like, whatever.
yeah, I don't care.
Sindel just came out.
Yeah,
She's
Sindel came out this week. Yeah, and then
No, I think she was like 2 weeks ago.
and then Spawn comes out like last.
Yeah, so that's it. It's only 2 left. There's only Joker and Spawn.
Okay. I kind of want Spawn already. I'm like, fuck Sindel. Give me her last.
True that.
I just want to Spawn. Anyway.
I like the way she turned out though.
I haven't tried it yet. I have it downloaded. I haven't tried it yet.
I think out of the play styles of the characters that came out, she's probably the best one so far.
Okay.
She's better than Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung only had like one cool thing with the ninjas, and that was it. Nightwolf looks pretty brutal. I don't know. He fell off mad quick.
Yeah.
And nobody gives a shit about the Terminator.
No.
Because it's not voiced by Arnold, so why would you?
Yeah, I think that happened. Yeah, Spawn comes out March 17th. Joker's January 28th.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it?
Long time from now.
All right, man. You got anything else before we wrap it up?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Like I said, if you haven't checked out any of the Game Award stuff, go check out the Polygon article. It will be in the description on the YouTube video. And thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better Right Way podcast. Make sure if you want to catch us live, you can catch us on twitch.tv/Merc with the Mic.
Yep.
Usually we are starting this podcast around 1 to 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And if you want to catch us earlier, you can listen to the Wrestling Babble podcast. And that's maybe 11:30 noon.
Yeah.
So this is where we'll be on twitch.tv/Merc with the Mic.
Yes.
Other than that, you can catch all of our podcasts on our YouTube, RedCycloneInc, where I'll put the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast up, and also SoundCloud, where you can catch these podcasts along with the Wrestling Babbles.
Yes.
And then check us out on everything RedCycloneInc. That's Instagram, Twitter, WordPress, Tumblr, and that's it, right? Oh, and the Facebook group, also RedCycloneInc. So no excuses.
Yes.
And you'll see some Monster Hunter Iceborne stuff going up.
Yes. I've been
Also,
posting
there's been a new raid monster,
Cool.
an adult form of what was called Xeno'jiiva. Safi'jiiva is now available to play for a limited time. And the new Horizon Zero Dawn quest, which is exclusive to PS4, they just released the 13th, and it gives you an upgrade to an ultra powerful gun, and it's ridiculous. It's so much fun. It's probably in the game, but so it's probably a gun from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
But like, it's ridiculous, dude. That's just fun. It's really fun. So if you have Iceborne, check it out. There's been new additions and event quests, and they just put up a roadmap for the next big event.
Okay.
So check out Monster Hunter's social media accounts.
Okay.
Where you at, Merc?
You can follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, this Twitch TV, also YouTube, SoundCloud, all Merc with the mic. Follow our past cast. We have the Morphin cast and Not a Trekkie cast also on our SoundCloud, on YouTube, all be able to listen to. We are planning our next episode of Not a Trekkie and our redo of Power Rangers in Space and Megaranger after Christmas. So we'll have all those up during the holidays and everything like that. Then after that, we'll probably go to Jetman. Follow all that on the SoundCloud and Twitter and YouTube. That actually helps us a lot. And our Facebook pages, Facebook, the RedCycloneInc and the Wrestling Battle pages.
Yep.
Yes. Megaranger is actually really good, and I think you will like it.
And that's what point in the series?
Megaranger is space.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So one little, I'll give you a little thing before we go. All right. So one thing I always complain about, and something that they actually did in this show, is the fact that, all right, so the Rangers are in a video game. So these guys are always playing it. This is like their favorite game to play. So after school, they always play this video game. So this guy made it so basically when he chose them as Rangers, he chose them because they were addicted to this game. So when they became Rangers, he was like, don't worry, you know everything. Like, why? Because you've been playing this game. It showed you everything. So them playing the game showed them how to do everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
I thought that was the smartest thing they did.
Does it have like VR headsets in that?
Well,
in that world,
it's like, you remember the old school like holographic games that has like the white. It looks like that, and it looks like a Street Fighter game.
Okay, cool.
So that's something that's really cool, and I think you'll like it. So you definitely check that one out.
All right,
that's all we got.
Yep.
Peace out.
All right,
laters.
y'all. Peace.
And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Sandwiches.
Later.